This is an important update and news alert from DavidMueller666.
Hi, folks. You know, in recent posts, I've been receiving these comments from an individual who goes by the name of Tim Harrow. And Tim uses this avatar here that, if you look here, it's a handgun. He doesn't use an image of his face. He uses a handgun that you'll notice points at my head when he makes comments. That his handgun appears pointed at my head. Now here's our most recent correspondence. At 9:10 p.m., Tim wrote, "What's the big story here? I merely asked you a question. Must everything have a hidden agenda?" So then I point out to Tim that at 8:45 p.m., I received this message from you, Tim Harrow, on another post, where Tim wrote, "Fair enough, I would be defensive too. By your condition, I was alluding to your mentioning hearing voices, the paranoia, living on sickness benefit, etc., etc. And you had mentioned schizophrenia. It's something I've always been interested in." So I wanted to clarify some things here, and I responded to Tim here. DavidMueller666 responded to you as follows. "Tim Harrow, many years ago, I was briefly misdiagnosed as suffering from schizophrenia. I am not currently diagnosed as suffering from schizophrenia. Psychiatry is not medical or scientific and uses invalid, unreliable, and defamatory labels like schizophrenia to discredit and control individuals who are deemed undesirable or eccentric. Over the years, I had almost every psychiatric diagnosis imaginable applied to me by representatives of the behavioral health industry. In addition to schizophrenia, I had many other and sometimes contradictory labels applied to me at various times, including bipolar disorder, schizoaffective disorder, schizotypal personality disorder, major depression, generalized anxiety disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, adult attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, dissociative identity disorder, not otherwise specified, psychotic disorder, not otherwise specified, polysubstance dependency, etc. As a child, I suffered subdural hematoma, was treated for a seizure epileptic disorder, and suffered multiple severe head injuries. I also suffered emotional, physical, and sexual abuse as a child, mostly inflicted by other older children, but also by teachers at the Catholic schools that I attended. My father was employed by the federal government. I believe that I am a targeted individual and that I have been an involuntary research subject in MKULTRA-like experiments for most of my life. I believe that especially local law enforcement authorities have subjected me to extraordinary surveillance and have covertly traumatized me for decades. Various controlled substances, including cannabis, opiates, stimulants, depressants, psychedelics, etc., were made available to me on a constant basis for over 40 years. On the 4th of July of 2014, I made a decision to try to become an activist, and I began abstaining from drugs, except that I now drink Venom low-calorie energy drinks and eat poppy seeds on a daily basis, and I use a nicotine vaporizer and smoke tobacco. I also drink beer. These are just some of the things to consider before you begin trolling me and make defamatory remarks about me and make veiled threats against me by using a handgun as an avatar that is pointed at my head on my Google Plus site." So I just wanted to bring some of these things to people's attention here. Thanks for listening. Bye.